you're impossibly fast, and you're very, like, pretty, like, looks like you're wearing natural eyeliner a lot. And,
I am.
Like, also sometimes you talk like an old auctioneer guy. Like, you talk really fast like an old person, and so that's a little weird. So, what kind of a predator are you?
Say it.
Don't you have a monologue prepared about
I
how
do.
much of a predator you are?
No. Fine, I'll do it. I'm the world's most beautiful vampire.
You just told me what you are, and I have to guess what you are in a second.
I'm sorry. Hold on a second. I'll rewind that.
I forgot everything.
Let me hypnotize you with my eyes. Oh, wait, I can't do that. All I can do is sparkle and run fast. Right?
Yeah, that means...
Is that what I said?
I know what you are. Well, also, you told me, but then I forgot.
Everything about me invites you in.
You're very pale.
I'm very pale.
You're very pale, and you like
As
to
if
talk...
I needed to be attractive for you to want me to
talk about
come
yourself
over
a lot.
here and bite you.
I know what you are as a pale person that talks a lot.
I'm an albino.
No.
Oh.
You're one of the hosts of the Nerdy 30s. We're very pale.
I am very pale. I am that of a see-through ghost.
Yeah. I have one arm that's sort of freckled from driving now.
I'm looking at it. It's there's just a couple. It's just a couple hanging out.
Yeah, that was like a fever pitch improv.
That was a terrible improv of what we remembered from the scene of Edward and Bella.
Yeah.
Edward and Bella from Twilight discussing what Edward is.
Which is...
I think we did a great job.
It was really Oscar-worthy. I feel like it was a little more emotive.
Yeah. I think we gave it too much oomph.
We gave it our all. We gave it way too much.
If Catherine Hardwicke, the director, was watching, she would have been like, no, do it again. More stoic, less emotion. So
more dead.
More dead. So then we'd have to be like, say it. Oh, wait, hold on. Say it out loud.
Nerdy 30s host.
Podcast.
So, welcome to the Nerdy 30s, the podcast that proves you don't have to give up your things you love at a certain age. I am Travis Harrison.
I am Naoma.
Yeah, she's going by the one name now.
Because I'm like Madonna.
Like a pop princess.
I'm like
She's
Cher. I'm fine with it. I am a pop princess. I can sing, I can dance. After all, this is France.
Yeah, this is actually America.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
Well, anyway. This podcast is off to a great start.
We're doing so well.
So we're doing a Twilight podcast.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about Twilight. We're going to discuss the things that people hate about it.
Yeah.
Discuss the things that people like about it, and why we think they hate them and like them.
Yeah, it's mostly because Twilight, it's been like 10 years.
Yes, it's been a long time. It's time to calm down on the hate.
Yeah, I feel like it's a good time to, like, sit back and view it from an unbiased angle.
Exactly.
Because, like, I can understand being angry, like, at all the hype. Like, there are still shows that I won't watch because everybody talks about them, like Game of Thrones and Walking Dead. Like, I don't want to watch them because everybody's watching it.
Right.
I guess that's the hipster in me, whatever. But I just...
I think it's human nature to not want... Well, for some people, to not want to go with the crowd. It's called, crap, what is it called? It's called being defiant. Yeah. Defiant disorder. Obstinate defiant disorder, I believe. Yes.
So, so we're just going to kind of, like, talk about it. Mostly about Bella Swan.
Yeah. I personally think that character gets a super bad rap, and it's completely unnecessary for her to get such a bad rap.
Fry wants in on this podcast, I think.
Yes, Fry? My cat is very opinionated about Twilight. He does not like Edward. He is pro.
Like, I don't like the second one because it's a bunch of dogs and I'm a cat.
No, he actually likes dogs. He likes to go. He used to go up to my Henry, may he rest in peace. Would go up to Henry and would bite his fur to clean him, and then like pull out tufts of hair.
Aww,
and then he'd be like, "Look, I fixed you. You look beautiful now." So he kind of plucked his eyebrows, but it's fine. But yeah, I really think that these movies get a way worse rap than they deserve. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of it comes from the fact that the people who hated on it so much were looking to hate it.
Yeah.
And there's this thing that happens in pop culture where when one person starts to hate it, the next person thinks that they have to hate it too. So then this
it's
whole...
not just pop culture, that's like everything.
Oh, it's true. But then there's this whole group that will get together, and then it spreads like wildfire. It's kind of like the whole Nickelback thing. Everybody liked Nickelback in the 2000s. Come on, people. I know you did not hate them. I heard them on the radio all the time.
Nickelback is one of those things that, like, I don't like because it's something about his voice. I'm not gonna like.
Is it because it sounds like he is inside of a disposal singing?
Maybe. It's very raspy
grating
in a bad way.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't like it.
But you know what? People loved Nickelback back in the day.
I'm not gonna say I hated their songs.
Right.
I can't listen to his voice for very long because it hurts.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's just one of those things where a small group started to say they didn't like it, and it spread, and now it's just the common norm to say that it's garbage.
Yeah.
So, just wanted to put that out there, that I think that is what has happened with Twilight. And also, people tend to not enjoy things that are geared towards teenage girls.
Yeah. We recently watched this video by one of my favorite YouTubers. Her name is Lindsay Ellis. If you haven't checked her out, you should. She does some really great video essays about pop culture.
Yeah, she actually said everything that I have been thinking about with the Twilight
She basically goes over how, like, it's kind of a patriarchal thing where it's more, like, it's easier to hate something that's marketed towards women than it is marketed towards men.
Right.
And she kind of brought up, like, big blockbuster movies like Fast and the Furious, which they're fun, but they're real stupid.
They're bad
movies. They're probably on par with the Twilight movies with, they're entertaining, but they're kind of stupid.
Right.
But nobody is, like, violently against the Fast and the Furious movies.
I know. It's like, why are you so violently against this? Oh, let me think, because it's geared towards little girls.
Yeah.
I think that whole problem starts when little boys are growing up and they're like, oh, hey, I look up to this female character. And everyone goes, boo, you can't like a female character because that means that you're gay.
You're gay.
You're
and
gay.
I was like, I know.
And that means you're bad. So all I have to say to that is, female characters are awesome. Little boys, you can enjoy female characters. Stop the misogyny. Stop it. There's no point in it. And the more that you feed this as a child to little kids that they aren't supposed to like girl things, the more they're going to think they're better than women as they grow up.
That's always confused me anyways. Like, you're going to teach boys that they can't play with, like, this doll that's a girl.
Right.
So you take the doll out of their hand and instead hand them this, like, jacked action figure of this half-naked man.
Right.
Which I enjoyed as a child.
Totally.
I played with both of them.
Yeah, I did too.
Different reasons.
I played with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys. Thank you. Although, again, whenever I was playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle make-believe in preschool, I was only allowed to play April because I was a girl. So
you should cosplay as April, though.
I should cosplay as April.
It's simple. It would be comfortable. It's just a yellow jumpsuit.
I'll do it. How do I pee?
So
many questions.
Take it all off.
Many questions.
But it's like yellow pajamas.
I could do it. I would love it. April always reminded me of Rogue.
Yeah.
Because she's in that jumpsuit and then she's got that like bob haircut. So good. But yeah, guys, there is nothing wrong with boy bands. There is nothing wrong with Twilight. There is nothing wrong with young adult novels. There's nothing wrong with any of it. little girls, love what you love, and tell all those people to screw off.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to tell them to screw off either.
Yeah.
Because they need to expand their horizons.
Let me tell you, I can't explain how many times I have heard, like, oh, you're just a girl, you don't know what you're talking about. Or this guy I dated at one point, his dad actually came up to me and said, I don't care about your opinion, Erin. You're a female, and your brain is smaller than mine.
That's gross.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah. So stop it. Stop trying to make things that little girls like be negative.
Just as a side, like, I'm sorry if I'm coming off weird, like, you know how, like, when you're excited to work on something and it gives you a high that's, like, drugs or, like alcohol?
Yeah.
Like, we've been discussing some really cool things off pod. We're not going to talk about it right now because we're just excited to work on it.
Right.
But, like, I'm super excited about it. I'm still pumped about it. And I'm just over here, like, you know, feeling myself. I'm just like, ah.
Like, I'm in a good mood. Let's talk about Twilight.
It has, like, that weird, like, drunk, like, feel.
Oh, I understand. I actually have a little bit of that as well, which is why I'm a little all over the place.
I know.
I'm not
I feel
actually...
like we're hyper-focused.
I know.
But, like, also, like, what are we saying?
It's like, my brain is going over this way. Also, it's a little strange because we are talking into these little sound boxes, and so we can't see each other. So it makes it makes
like
it a little weird.
A plane or something?
Yeah, it's like I'm talking to the radio. I'm just gonna stick my eyeball out so I can see Travis.
It's real creepy. If you haven't noticed the change in the sound quality, we have microphone boxes now that absorb the extra sound, and I've learned that I hate my cackle laugh. Which I just
because it's so crystally clear.
It's very crisp and very shrill, and I'm sorry. I know that there's probably some listeners out there that's like, ew.
That is very high. It doesn't bother. I think it's funny. My laugh is like it's a cackling mixed with a goat. And then if I think it's really funny, it'll be things like this. It's like Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Which I'm completely fine about, by the way. But back to Twilight, because I feel like this podcast is probably going to be very, very jumpy, because that's what we do. But let's talk about Bella. So I made Travis go back and watch the first two movies.
Yeah.
And because, I mean, I have read all the books. I've seen all of the movies. Yes, I was that person that waited in line on the opening night to watch Twilight. I don't care. I was proud of it, and I was happy to do it. Also, I saw Jackson Rathbone, who plays Jasper. I saw him in his band live in Tennessee, so proud of it.
Yo, all the boys are cute.
Yeah.
See, that's how I watched the movies. I was just like, they're cute.
Well, I can't help it.
But, like, it was less to do with the fact that they were cute boys and more to the fact to do with that they were monsters.
Right.
Because, like, I'm a freak and I like vampires and werewolves.
Who doesn't like vampires and werewolves? Am I right?
Lifelong dream of mine.
So I wanted to talk about Bella. Now, Bella she's a high school student. She very obviously has really bad anxiety. She's an introvert. I think she has a borderline personality disorder.
Probably. Because, like, in the second movie, she spends most of it either contemplating suicide or, like, jumping off cliffs.
Yes. And some of the biggest symptoms of being a borderline personality disorder is impulsivity, suicidal thoughts, and reckless behavior. And she does all of those things throughout pretty much all of the movies. And a lot of times... Do what?
In the books too, guys. Because I know we have a couple people out there like, what about the books?
What about the books?
Yeah.
Well, I actually got super peeved off at I think it's the third movie. I think it's Eclipse. Possibly Eclipse. No. It's New Moon. Yeah. I got super peeved off at New Moon. There is a part in there that's in the books that they do not have in the movie where Bella hears this story of a werewolf wife sacrificing herself in order to save her husband. and her husband is a werewolf. She stabs herself in the stomach so that the vampire will come to her because they'll want her blood so that her husband could get away and then kill the vampire. Mm-hmm. So later on, Bella goes and tries to do the same thing for Edward. And in the books, Edward goes up to her and says that she did the stupidest thing he'd ever seen in his life. Ugh. And in the movie, all he does is wrap her wound. And I'm like, what the F? You just didn't want him to be such a dick.
I mean, because he does call her stupid quite often in the movies anyway.
Yes, he does.
So, like, now, maybe that's not such a bad thing.
Exactly. And then that's another thing. The reason why a lot of teenage girls really liked Bella is that she had low self-esteem. And she was looking for something to make her feel alive. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that is something that a lot of teenage girls go through. And that's what gets us intermingled with the wrong guy. Edward is definitely the wrong guy, even though she went with him anyway.
Yeah.
Edward was possessive, abusive. He pretty much told her what to do all the time. And if you think about it, it makes sense because he's like 112 years old. And she's 17 when they first meet.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot of power in that situation anyway, and also he's a vampire. So.
I don't know. I think watching the movies, I felt like all the guys were like that.
Yeah.
Even Jacob on some level.
Yeah.
Because, like, the whole scene in the movie theater where he's growling at the other boy. It's just like,
the reason...
Why don't you back off?
The reason why that happened was because his gene to become a werewolf started. So he got really angry and really aggressive because of it.
It's a metaphor for boys turning into dicks.
It's a metaphor for puberty for men. Because ladies get sad and get periods, boys get hairy and horny and a little more aggressive.
Yeah.
There you have it.
Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't.
Right.
I did not like it at that point. I wanted to tell Jacob to F off.
Right, totally. But you have to admit that if it's only between the two of them, Jacob is the better of the two to choose from.
Until he falls in love with the baby.
Exactly. Until he's into the baby. But I mean, like, Bella was ashamed that she could bleed. Bella was ashamed that she wasn't super fast or, like, porcelain and diamondy like they were. I mean, she felt inferior to them. And with Jacob, she felt like an equal, you know, but she wasn't into Jacob until there was a danger aspect, which goes back to the borderline personality disorder that I think she has.
Yeah, she got some issues.
Girl got some issues. She has no self-preservation whatsoever, and she hallucinates, so...
Were those hallucinations? Because I just thought it was like some weird vampire power.
No. Those were hallucinations.
Okay.
She started in New Moon. She started doing reckless things to get back at Edward because Edward told her to not do anything reckless or stupid. And she was like, you know what? F you. I'm going to do things that are reckless and stupid. And the minute that she tries to do it, she hallucinates that Edward is there. And he's like, stop it. And she's like, I'm going to do more of this stuff.
Every time that happened, I thought of, do you remember in the second X-Men movie where they have that psychic or whatever that's like talking to the boy in the wheelchair and he's like, kill them! Kill all the mutants! Do it!
Yes, quite.
Kill the humans! That's what I thought of every time Edward showed up and was like, stop it! Please don't jump off that cliff.
Don't do it. Don't do it, my darling. Well, that would be if it was Robert Pattinson because he's British.
Because he is British.
Because his face looks like a foot.
He's a handsome foot. They both kind of look like feet. Him and Jacob, they're like a pair of feet. She's like, which foot do I want?
That's so true. But the person that I always felt bad for that was in the movies was Kristen Stewart, though. Mm-hmm. Because she got so much hate for being Bella Swan, and also the fact that she was dating Robert Pattinson, who was apparently like the heartthrob of the show, which...
it's okay.
It's okay.
I do like that he was so, like...
highly against Edward.
Yeah, he was, like, so punk rock about it. He's like, I'm not gonna work out, just paint my abs on.
Oh, that's amazing. just paint it. I'm not doing that. Also, I like the fact that in many, many, many interviews, he's like, Edward Cullen is a complete douchebag. Anyone out there should hate him. And I agree.
Yeah.
Because he's a masochist, it's rude, and he's pretty abusive, and I can totally see how 50 Shades of Grey came from their relationship.
Yeah.
The whole S&M thing.
It's, going back and revisiting it, it's not as far of a leap as I thought it was.
Yeah. Except this time, it doesn't fade to black. That was always my least favorite thing.
I want to see the stacks!
I know! I was like, I've been with you for 3 books already. Let them do it!
You know, I always write out the sex scenes. Sometimes I have to hold back.
They're doing too much. There's too much
sometimes
ball, too
I have
much
to
ball
be like,
play.
That's really porny language. I gotta stop.
People would love it. People
you know what?
would love it.
I'm dabbling with writing a book now, and I'm kind of I don't want to censor myself, but at the same time, like I want to be marketable.
Just do it. There are people who love that stuff.
I know.
I would read it. I'd be like, whoa!
But like it's gay stuff, so
I'd still read it. I'd be like, Travis did this, and then I'd be like, whoa, Travis. Yeah. Whoa there. Yeah. Whoa.
But yeah.
If you were Bella Swan, who would you choose?
Because of my personal preference, it's probably Jacob.
I knew you would choose Jacob.
Because I like woofy boys.
He does.
I like big hairy boys.
The entire time we were watching New Moon, he's like, this is my
I'd
favorite.
be like, hey Jacob, can I have you and your Wolfgang?
And he'd be like, yes. Yes, you can.
Like, yay!
And then you guys would go to the woods. They would turn into wolves. And then back into humans.
That would be hot.
And then you'd be like...
I'd be into it.
You'd be like, I got what I do.
Revealing some dirty secrets.
What do I do?
No, off podcast, like, I will tell you, I actually am 100% serious about this. I am a freak. I'm sorry. You may have different opinions about me now.
You know what? I love you. It's okay.
I would totally enjoy a Wolfgang bang. And here's why. Here's why. When I was young and I first saw the Dracula movie in the 90s with Winona Ryder and Keanu Reeves trying to be British.
That doesn't work, by the way.
It's so funny. But, like, there's the whole scene in the garden where Lucy's, like, in a trance and she's like, and she's, like, running out in her big billowing orange dress in the rain. And Dracula's there, and he turns into a werewolf for some reason. I mean, he turns into a wolf in the book, but, like, it's an actual wolf, but, like, he's a full-on, like, werewolf in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know why that happened.
But it did.
But I liked it because like he just starts just violently having sex with her on the bench, and it's a little rapey, but also she's kind of into it, and I'm just like, I'm feeling some things.
So is it like those manga things where they're like, no,
but
and then
maybe
they're like,
yes.
Okay. I'm too shy.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but like, you know, I was a young questioning gay person, so I was like, but I kind of want to be Lucy because she's in the receiving end and she's enjoying herself and she's wearing a fabulous orange dress.
Why not?
So, yeah, that's what changed me.
And Giovanna Ribisi.
That's who awakened me, though. There's a couple of people that have incited sexual awakenings in me. So Werewolf Dracula is one of them, and Giovanna Ribisi and a Power Ranger doll is the other one. If you want that full story, go to our podcast about is it the one with the shows that changed our...
Yes, it's formative shows.
Yeah, that one. It was the last one, I think.
Yeah, it was indeed the last one. It's important.
Pretty funny story.
Definitely formative, if you know what I mean. So when we were watching the show, the New Moon again, we just got done watching that one. Do you think that Bella has PTSD? Because like in the last one, she was attacked by James and almost got murdered and was dying on the floor. And then, well, technically she wasn't dying. She was, well, I guess it depends on what actually happens when they become vampires in this one, but whatever. It kind of seems like it's more like a virus because it just like hardens their skin and makes them fast and stuff. But anyway, but I just, that one, she almost died, and then New Moon, she's completely obsessed with Edward turning her.
Yeah.
And Edward's like, I am not going to turn you because I don't want to take your life from you. That is murder. And she's like, it's not murder, take my soul!
I mean, I guess, because then she gets obsessed with, like, trying to, well, not necessarily trying to kill herself. Maybe. I don't know.
She gets really reckless.
But, like, the second she's faced with another vampire murdering her, she does kind of freeze up again.
Yeah. Well, it probably brought her right back, because she gets really OCD about Victoria.
Yeah.
Because of James. You know? So, I feel like Bella is just one psychosis after another psychosis.
Yeah. What if this whole series is just like that one episode of Buffy and she's just in a mental hospital and like Jacob and Edward and all of her friends are just
in her head.
Either in her head or their other patients.
What I would like is if maybe Edward was her doctor. And that's what happened there.
The whole Cullen family are doctors.
Yes, they're all doctors.
Like Edward's just maybe he's just the cute nurse that's always checking on her.
It's like, hey, honey.
And then Carlisle is the main doctor.
Can we talk about Carlisle for a second?
Yeah.
Why is he so sexual all the time?
He is very sexual. I remember.
Or do we just find him sexual?
I think,
and he's not actually being
well, it's
sexual.
a little bit of both, because like we watched him sire Edward,
right?
And, like, he just full-on, like, lays on top of him and just lovingly licks his neck and just sinks his teeth in very slowly and sensually. And, like, but then, like, the rest of the time, he's like, oh, this is my son. Like, okay. So I feel
I mean, anytime that you see vampires in other films and books, it's usually a sexual thing.
But it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be, no, but I feel like there is a sexual element to it because you are biting into someone else's
you're using
flesh.
your mouth and you're exchanging fluids. I get that.
Yeah.
But, like, I've seen in other vampire media, for example, Buffy, Angel, more specifically.
Right.
Where there's this whole sequence where Darla has been brought back to life. She's dying. They bring Drusilla to town to turn her back. So Drusilla turns her back, but she does it in more of like a maternal way. Like she just gently props her up, and I mean she does scratch her chest and make her drink from there. But it's more it's
like a mother's milk.
Yeah, it's kind of evocative to breastfeeding. It's not like a sexual thing.
Yeah, and
like I feel like Carlisle was very sexual about like you can sire someone without being. Like vampires are real. But you can sire somebody without being so aggressively sexual. And then
maybe we just find him oddly alluring. I remember when I saw it the very first time, all of the girls in the movie theater went, "Oh."
Maybe it's
and the panties dropped.
It has to be something about that character because, like, the actor's not. I don't find him particularly sexy.
He's not.
Like, I remember him as the stupid jock from Can't Hardly Wait.
Right. Oh, absolutely. But I think it's because Twilight is very much so an anime. So it's kind of like with those Otome games that I play, where it's like, which one do you want to date? This guy is the older doctor that's more sophisticated.
This guy is your brother. He's the one that you're most compatible with.
You're gonna carry on your bloodline perfectly with your brother, but but in those Otome games, there is always a character like Carlisle that is a little sexual because he's the older man, and you're like, I feel comfortable with you because you're like a father, but you're a little bit bad.
Yeah,
like
Bella had some sexual tension with him.
Oh yeah, she did. Whenever he was getting the glass out of her arm,
he was patching her up. Mm-hmm. He was real close, and she was just like making those moon eyes at him.
Oh yeah,
I feel like she was making better moon eyes at him than she ever did with Edward or Jacob.
Yes, I agree. Can I just say something about Kristen Stewart?
Yeah.
I think she needs to win an award for being the best at making a kiss incredibly sexual.
It's because she's always doing that, like, little half-breath moan thing.
Yeah. I just watched her in another movie called Equals, where it's like this dystopia where people can't have emotions anymore, and if they do get emotions, like, they get sent to a den and killed or whatever. But, like, she's at stage 4, and this dude's at stage 1 for emotional issues. And, holy F. Like, they're not allowed to couple with people, and if they are caught coupling, they'll go to the den and they'll get killed.
It reminds me of that book we read in high school, Brave New World.
Yes, just like that. It seriously is very similar. And then, I don't know, like, just her touching his hand, she was like, ugh. And I was like, holy F, you need to get an award for making the most intense hand touching.
Hey, remember her in that fake Totino's commercial? the SNL skit where there is the Totino's commercial.
Oh, yeah. And she's like making out with that chick.
I'm making Totino's for my big guy. And then Kristen comes in, she's like, oh.
Hello.
And then they start speaking French and making out and rolling across the Totino's.
Kristen Stewart is one of those girls that I feel like would make straight girls kind of like,
yeah. Well,
hello.
she is bisexual, I think, leaning towards lesbian now.
I think she's just mainly bisexual. She's had a few relationships with males.
Yeah.
That did not go well. Maybe she's found her little spirit soul match in this lady she's dating now.
Is she still? I don't remember.
I think they're still dating. I think they are.
I just remember when she first started dating one of these girls, the newspapers were all like, Kristen Stewart and her gal pal.
Yeah.
Her best friend. They're really close. Look at how they fake pretend kiss each other because they're totally straight gal pals.
They're not.
They're with their buzz cut hair and their baseball hats.
Yep. That's girls.
Not that straight girls can't wear baseball hats. I'm just saying.
And have buzz cuts. Do your thing, honeys. Do your thing.
Dress how you want.
Yeah.
But just historically.
Yes, quite. But yeah, that girl, seriously, she needs an award. And I think I'm going to make one and then mail it to her.
She'll be like, what's this?
I don't know.
A popsicle stick.
It'd be like a Hershey's Kiss glued to the top of a popsicle
you did
stick.
It.
It'd be like, here you go, girl. I don't know. Like, and I'll just like put it in my own handwriting. Sexual tension. Best sexual tension handshake or something. I don't like, she was really good at it. And then she was also in The Runaways, where she deflowered Dakota Fanning's character.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah, because
Dakota's like fucking full 25 now. I think.
Yeah, but
like,
at the time, I think she was a lot younger.
Like,
I think she was underage. Actually,
I will always picture her as like just 12. Like,
I
just
will
a
always
little
picture
child.
her as I am Sam, and she's 6 years old.
Yeah, a little child from Cat in Hat.
Oh, she was so cute. She was
so weird. Her little sister is actually a really good actress too.
Yeah,
Elle.
she is.
Like, for a couple years, I didn't kind of take her seriously. I was like, who's this bitch? But then, I watched. This is. I know. Yeah, and then she was in the Maleficent movie, and I was like, why is she Sleeping Beauty? She's got kind of a weird face because I'm an awful person. I'm sorry, but she's very beautiful. But I watched her. There's this movie called The Neon Demon. It's kind of like a psychological horror movie.
Interesting.
And she's like an aspiring model. And it's fucked up, but she's a good actress in it. And when she falls deeper and deeper into this sordid world of modeling. She her makeup gets more intense, and she's really beautiful. I'm just
you're like, whoa,
wow.
doggy, whoa.
She's but she's a really good actress. So I recommend her movies. Yes.
I don't feel like Twilight really shined a light on Dakota Fanning's talent. Actually, I don't think Twilight shined a light on any of their talents.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the repertoire of material that all of these actors have after or before Twilight, they are amazing. Oh, I'm so sorry, Taylor Lautner.
Sorry.
You're still loved.
You're cute. I like you now as a pudgy kid. I think you're adorable. I think you've made some bad choices with your roles.
Yeah.
Except for maybe
I think the thing that ruined him was the dating of Taylor Swift. They were in that Valentine's Day movie together, and they put them together in a fake relationship, of course.
And then she made it real.
I don't think she did, because it didn't last very long. I think they were trying...
Like, I could get a song out of this.
I think they were trying really hard. Well, that's another thing. Like, I know all kinds of boys that write songs about their relationships. Let's not belittle her for doing that, because I write about my relationships,
it's
too.
Just, like, I feel like she's very exploity and fake about everything she does.
I could see that, definitely, yes. I could.
So...
I do think that she is very fake, but whatever, it's fine. So, if I had to give Edward Cullen a psychological analysis, I would say that he's OCD, and, what is it? Like a sadist. You know, people that, like, get pleasure from other people's pain. You know what I mean?
I don't think he's that.
I think he's like voyeurism, but he's definitely OCD and maybe depression, because he like talks about several times that he would be into suicide. So he's a goth kid.
You know, that sucks. Like that, I feel the vampires in Twilight just feel like they have kept their mental illnesses, whereas like in any other vampire movie or show, it's just like, we're evil and sexy now.
Right.
We don't have to be depressed anymore. We can just murder people and be fun and have sex.
Well, see, they don't let themselves do that.
I know.
That's why they're depressed. They're not living their true nature.
Yeah.
They're going against it.
I guess, I mean, like, Angel's like that, too.
Yeah. And that's why he's all depressed and broody.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good metaphor for life. If you don't want to be depressed and broody, just live how you want.
Murder people!
Don't murder people! Don't do that! Just get yourself a punching bag if you've got rage.
A punching bag with Angel's face on it.
Yeah. I have Angel's
hair.
face over there.
His hair is bloody stupid.
Bloody stupid! I'm a friend of Xander's.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was...
Yeah, take your shots.
That was like 5 different episodes of Angel and Buffy that I just like decided to throw in there with yours. My bad, Spool.
It's okay.
So what do you think he's got?
I think he's just really narcissist.
I agree with you. I think both him and Jacob are narcissistic people.
I feel like but Edward's had a century to hone his narcissism.
Yeah, to make it a little more tricky. Because he gaslights Bella all the time.
Like, he's never straightforward with what he wants from her.
Right.
Which is annoying as shit to me.
Yeah.
Like, just tell me what you want.
Right. That drives me crazy. I've known plenty of people like that, and I'm like, just, be straightforward, because if you're not straightforward, I'm just going to act like I don't know that there is a hidden agenda there. Because if you're not going to be straightforward with me, I'm just going to keep doing... I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Blow the gas right back in your face.
Exactly. I'm going to fart in your face.
I'm going to shit on these walls, right?
There was doo-doo and feces Smith all over the walls. Michael Jackson.
Mine was Scary Movie 2.
1992.
Scary Movie 2, 2000 something? I don't know.
I have no idea. Isn't it Michael Jackson, though?
I don't know.
I think Michael Jackson's in there. I'm wrong.
He might be in one. He's in one of those Well, it's not him. It's like a fake.
Fake Michael Jackson. I think it's that one. Michael Jackson, well, actually, I'll save this for our next podcast that we're doing, which is celebrities that people hate.
Well, not people hate, but people just...
badmouth for fun.
People give a bad rep, too.
Yeah. Some people deserve it. Some do not. Just saying. Just saying. But yeah, I do agree that there's narcissistic behavior there. Especially with his relationship with Bella. Because, like, he wants her to only do what he wants her to do.
Yeah.
And if she does anything that varies slightly, he makes her out to be crazy and is like, why do you want to do that?
I mean, even turning to a vampire.
Yeah.
Like, it's her choice.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess you don't have to, like, it's your choice to turn her. But, like, she can make up her mind about whether or not she wants to be a vampire.
Right.
Like...
Stop being a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be an ass.
I have dated some narcissistic people before.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm narcissistic sometimes, too. Like, I have I have narcissistic tendencies, but it's mostly out of my insecurities. It's mostly like,
yeah.
hey, I want to take 1,000,000 selfies just because I want someone to tell me I'm pretty because I hate myself.
Well, that's very different than the narcissistic personality disorder.
Yeah.
Very different. That just means that, you know, you want to feel loved.
Yeah.
That's different. Narcissists, they want to have power and they want to play mind games. You know, because they get off on the mind games. Just saying. So you aren't a narcissist.
I feel, yeah. Edward probably, he gets off on that.
Yeah, well, it kind of, because I said earlier that he was kind of like voyeuristic, which is a mental thing where you like to see the pain, like people in pain, you get like sexual gratification from it, and I feel like he's one of those people. Oh, we didn't even get to the third movie where they actually do the hibbity. For reals. He like put bruises all over. That's and broke the bed and all this stuff.
That's
And he came up to her afterwards and was like, "How bad are you hurt?" And she was like, "It's not bad." And she like puts her hand on top of her bruise. And then he goes, "I'm never touching you again." And it's like, what?
I don't know, I'm kind of into it.
But he would never touch her again. And she was like prancing around
I could
in the little honeymoon
that.
Suite in her what would you call it? Her little nightie.
Her little teddy.
Her little teddy.
That's what they called it in the 90s, the
Her
sexy lingerie
caddy.
dress. Teddy.
But I mean, like, he wouldn't even give her the sex, and she wanted the sex. Let her have it.
I mean, like, she's bruised, but she's coming back, so clearly
she enjoyed it.
You did something right.
Yeah.
Bro.
Right.
Right.
Oh, yeah, and then another thing in the books, Bella wants to go to the same school that Edward is going to go to, and he forges her signatures and applies to a few other schools without her consent. Also, he watches her in her bedroom while she's sleeping. Just wanted to put that out there.
You know, I mean, we could talk all day about how Edward and Bella have kind of a toxic, weird relationship.
Yeah.
But, like...
Let's not.
But, like, at the same time, I'm not going to defend any of Buffy Summers' relationships.
Oh, no, you can't.
Because they're
very similar.
You know. I mean, Angel watches Buffy sleep occasionally.
Yeah.
But the difference is Buffy's like, cut it out. You're weird.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas with her personality disorder of being a borderline personality disorder, she's like, this means you love me. Come, watch me sleep. I think that with her personality disorder, maybe a narcissist is the best way to go.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe like if you're that down on yourself, you need somebody who's that up on themselves to balance you out.
Yeah, maybe it's a situation where you need to be able to have somebody tell you what to do, because Bella didn't know what to do 90% of the time. She always felt helpless. She needed somebody to kind of be a guide for her. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that doesn't mean that she's a weak person. You know, like, that's one of the things that they always say about Bella is that she's weak and she's not a feminist, blah, blah, blah. That's not the point of Bella. Bella's not supposed to be that character. Bella's supposed to be a teenager who doesn't know what she's doing with her life and is confused.
So, sidebar on that. Like, I'm sick and tired of people having to have perfect characters.
Yes.
Internet culture is just fucking infuriating.
Yes.
Like, I understand that we need positive role models. We need positive feminists. We need positive queer and people of color. We need positive, but, like, also real people exist that don't have their shit together.
Right.
Real people exist that are evil. Real people exist that are fucking rapists and terrible people.
And like, real people exist that are females that want a man to lead them.
Yeah, there are real women that, you know, all they want in life is to be a wife.
Right.
And, you know, maybe that's not your gig. I understand that. But, like,
there are
other people that want to see that. And, like, I just hate how we're getting to a point with internet culture where it's just like, we need to censor it because I personally don't agree with it.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of fucked up shit in a lot of media that I don't like.
Yeah.
but like whatever, like it's not my thing. I'm just not gonna watch it again.
Right, exactly. It doesn't have to be this thing where you rally up a whole bunch of people online to abuse the people that are in the show or abuse the fans of the show. And that is literally what happened with Twilight, is that people were getting abused for liking the show, so they then said that they didn't like the show, and now everyone just poo-poos on it.
You know, I mean, like, in the grand scheme of things, yeah, I mean, yeah, they have a toxic relationship. It kind of teaches some weird abuse things. I can understand that.
Yeah.
But, like, also, it's a fucking book. It's a movie. Like, it's harmless. Like, you know, maybe have a discussion about what's wrong with it.
Right.
But, like, if somebody likes it, it's not your business.
Exactly. And it's not your job to make them feel inferior for liking it.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's things that you out there in the fan base of something else that isn't popular with one of your friends.
Yeah. No, I'm just like, there's lots of things I like that other people don't like.
Exactly.
You know, there's lots of things that I can understand the problematic elements of it, but still enjoy it.
Right.
And, like, we're getting to a place where everybody feels like their opinion is just the right opinion. And I feel like as long as you're not hurting somebody, or, like, as long as you're not, like, going out of your way to take somebody else's rights away or whatever, just enjoy your fucking media.
Yeah. And let other people enjoy what they enjoy.
You know?
Plain and simple. Like, there was a period of time where I denied the fact that I liked Twilight. Because I didn't want to have a whole bunch of people dogging on me about it. I like Twilight, guys. I do. Big whoopdums. It's a easy read. It's fun. I mean, I wasn't going into it looking for rocket science. I was just wanting something to entertain me. And it did. It did its job. So thank you, Stephanie Myers. You did it.
And you know, like, I mean, I can shit on, like, 50 Shades of Grey all I want.
Yeah.
I personally, like, it's not my thing.
Right.
But, like, I can understand why people like that. Like, I can understand. There's a thing that happens with media, like, you know, 50 Shades of Grey, or, and this is taking it to a weird place. This is another podcast that we might do later on, but, like, Joker and Harley Quinn or something.
Right.
Like, abusive relationships, or, like, weird power dynamics, or, like, sexual, like, power dynamics. Like, there's a reason that exists in media, because it's a safe space for you to experience it without really experiencing it.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean that people want to get into an abusive relationship. It's just, you know, they just want to, you know, read that. They want to know what it's like without going through it.
Yeah, they can have the experience. You know? They can live other people's lives through the book, you know, through the movie.
I love horror movies. That doesn't mean I want to go out and murder people.
Exactly. That's why it's always such bullcrap when some tragedy happens and they're like, "Oh, they listened to Marilyn Manson. It was his fault."
Which, by the way, have you seen Marilyn Manson lately? He's like doing like a joint tour with Rob Zombie, and they're like making dad jokes. Like, they're just old goth dads.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I can't even get
They're
it.
Adorable.
I get it.
But yeah, that was
so
a rant because. Yeah, just let people like things.
Yeah,
Shit.
Stop poo-pooing on everyone's stuff.
You know?
It just makes me mad because my personal opinions and my tastes are going to be very different than Travis's. And Travis's are going to be very different than mine.
But we have a lot of similar ones. That's why we have a show.
Exactly, 100%. But the thing is when we have those differences, we don't tell the other one that we're stupid.
Yeah.
You know, or they're stupid. We respect each other. We listen to what the other one has to say, and we will watch the other one's favorite shows to see what they're all about, because the entertainment that we choose to watch is personal to us. It says something about ourselves.
Yeah.
You know?
It's super personal to me, guys. Like, I know we talk about it a lot, but, like, I've recently become single, and if I meet a guy that trashes Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that's like a personal attack to me.
Yeah.
I literally can't have a relationship with you. And that sounds like a weird deal breaker.
No, it doesn't.
But that's a personal attack on me. So
yeah.
I'm not going to do that with you.
It's completely okay for you not to want to date someone that would... Here's the thing. that show means something so important to you. It meant to you that you were allowed to be yourself.
Yeah.
And them not liking that show and dogging on it to you means that they don't like you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? On some level, it means they don't like you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, how about you just respect the fact that he likes it and not worry about it ever again?
I think people just forget the healing properties of
right.
books and movies and TV.
Right.
And, like, you know, what Buffy was to me, I'm sure Twilight was to somebody else.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm sorry, because, like, you know, when it came out, I was a little shit, but, like, I was also 10 years younger than...
Yeah.
I didn't really...
You have to grow up and figure these things out, you know? It doesn't just happen overnight. You're not just immediately woke, you know? You have to experience life and experience just the aging process in general, because it's really eye-opening on what you see other people do and what you have to go through to grow up.
I know. I'm so glad that, you know, I always want to be younger. But I'm so glad that, like, we kind of hit when we did, where we were able to learn technology, but we weren't old enough for all of our problematic shit to get recorded.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, like, I've said stuff that I do not agree with today.
Right.
You know, I've come out on record saying that, you know, maybe 5-10 years ago, I was the white gay that's like, I'm a sassy black woman, and now I'm just like, that's gross. Don't do that. Don't tokenize somebody's personality or somebody's ethnicity. So many people now, like, just deny the fact that you can grow and learn from things, which sucks.
Yeah.
Because just because you said something terrible doesn't mean you haven't educated yourself. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that hasn't been caught on camera, because I'm sure I've said some really bad things that I do not subscribe to today.
Right.
So I mean, it's just constantly a process. It's constantly learning, but like also
that's what living is. It's all about learning lessons.
I feel like the more, you know, it's kind of ironic that we're saying this on our internet TV or internet podcast.
Right.
But like I feel like the more we come together online, the more it dehumanizes us in a way.
I agree 100%.
We're going off on like a completely different tangent than Twilight.
Here's the thing with the internet. You can say whatever you want because you are in your safe place. You're in your house. You're behind a computer. You don't have to see that person face to face. So you're like, oh, well, I don't agree with what they're saying. I'm going to comment on this, and I'm just going to say any nasty old thing that comes to my head.
Yeah.
Because it's okay, because where you are, you're at a safe distance. You don't get the repercussions immediately. If you can't say something to someone's face, do not say it online. Plain and simple.
That's what I try to do.
Yeah.
I've never sent anonymous hate to anybody. Mm-hmm. You know, if I say something, like, my name will be attached to it, but like I try to be respectful. Right. Like, the rudest thing that I have ever said online, I discovered it watching music videos. Like, sometimes you'll watch music videos if you've commented on it on YouTube. Right. Like, you'll see your old comments. There's a music video I watched about 7 years ago, and it's the meanest thing I've ever written online. It was girl, that wig, no.
How dare you, Travis?
That was it. But it was a bad wig, and
you still stand by it to today.
I do stand by it. Because she had money and she should know better.
It's like, come on, you can afford a better wig. The meanest thing I ever said online, was to Ed Sheeran.
You look like a leprechaun.
No, that's not what I said. I started hashtagging Ed Sheeran, called hashtag trolling Ed Sheeran, and anything that he would post on Twitter, I would troll him about, and then I would add hashtag trolling Ed Sheeran. So he posted a picture of his, this was actually recent, he posted a picture of his Divide album cover, and it was just the division symbol for math, and I commented on it, and I said, stop trying to teach me math, Ed Sheeran! Hashtag trolling Ed Sheeran.
That's like not mean, though. That's just like... that's a funny, like, troll. That's a better troll than saying something mean. Like,
I know! It's kind of like when I watched Andy Samberg and he was at a roast for somebody. I don't remember who it was. But instead of roasting everyone, he just said nice things.
Just really nice.
Yeah, he was like, boom, gotcha.
Yeah, I can go off on a whole tangent about roast humor and how it's not supposed to be liked.
Yeah.
And people are just like, you can't be that way. But sure, okay.
It's like, why not? Why not?
But yeah.
Oh, can I say one more thing about Bella Swan?
Yeah.
After going back...
it's about Bella Swan. We haven't talked about it.
I know, right? In like 20 minutes. Going back and rewatching this and rewatching Twilight and reading some of the first book, I don't think she's a Mary Sue. Because, listen to me here. Yes, she is clumsy. But she also is extremely shy. She's very introverted. She has anxiety disorders. She's got personality disorders. She is smart, which can be seen as a bad thing to some people for some reason. I don't know why. There's, I don't know. And also, oh crap, what was the last thing? I had one more thing!
She's smart. She's clumsy.
Come back to me. Come back to me.
Baby, come back to me.
Oh, yeah. And she's not... I mean, the book does not describe her as pretty. You know? Like, she's plain. You know?
Yeah. I think...
And she feels inferior to other people. So, there you go.
I think the reason people attribute her to being a Mary Sue is because it follows a lot of the Mary Sue tropes. Like, I have two attractive boys that are in love with me.
What show doesn't have that?
Well,
Can I just ask?
That's true.
By the way, who doesn't love a good love triangle?
It's a new century. We have new things going on now. You can solve that by dating both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
It's called polyamory.
Get in there, guys.
So, it's not for everyone, but
Actually, in the third one, there is a little polyamory things happening. Bella smoochies all over what's his head? Jacob. Also, Edward allows him to hold her in a tent on his bare chest.
So,
allows Jacob to. So,
just side note.
Oh, yeah, and Edward's there, and he's watching.
Side note, and a similar thing, going back to Buffy, take a shot, whatever.
Buffy!
But, like, in the comics, there's this thing that happens, and then they have this book that can rewrite the laws of the universe or something. Cool. And Harmony steals it.
I love Harmony.
Harmony steals it, and she writes in it. Well, she doesn't write in it because she doesn't want to commit to it yet. But she's writing out what she's gonna write in it. And one of the things she writes in it is that Buffy and Angel and Spike will finally just be a polyamorous triad.
Perfect.
And like it's not just like they're dating Buffy; they're dating each other because like it's a panel.
Hold on a second. Isn't there a little bit of a sexual history between Angel and Spike as well?
Yes.
So why not?
People don't remember this because a lot of people haven't watched Angel for some reason. It's good, but there's two instances you can kind of draw from. So like. It might be the same instance that we just didn't. It faded to black and we didn't see the rest of it. But like, there's one moment after Angel Drusilla turned Spike.
Yeah.
Where, like they're fighting and he shoves him against a wall and it's very sexual. He gets very close to him and it's like he's gonna kiss him.
Oh.
And like it's daytime. So
can we pause this really quick so we can watch it?
Well, we can watch it after.
No, I just liked it. Go ahead.
Well, it's not. I feel like I'm making it sound sexier than it is. But like they're fighting
and really
like it's daytime and like they're fighting in like a barn or something, so there's sunlight shining through the cracks and he gets real close. Like
are they burning?
He's about to kiss him. Like it looks like he's about to kiss him. He's like, I've never experienced the pleasure of hunting with another man before. and then as like a sign of like just solidarity or closeness, like they kind of like both put their hands in the light together, and it's like a sexy bonding experience where they're like burning their hands together.
Is that a metaphor for doing it?
And then in another episode, somebody asks them, they're like, so something about if they've had sex with each other, and Spike's like, no, we haven't. Well, except for that one time. So they've done it at least once. And
did they show it?
They didn't show. I think it was after the hand burning thing. Because they were real close. Like, Angel was gonna kiss them.
Oh, my. Oh, my. I'm going to find this clip, and then I'm probably going to watch it over and over again. Remember when I watched Tom Holland in drag doing Umbrella, like 4 times in a row? Because I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that if something is, I'm going to say arousing. I'm just going to say it. If something is arousing, I will watch it over and over again. Because why not?
Yeah.
It's my life. I might as well enjoy it.
Just enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
You know,
enjoy it.
Find your sexy things where you can. Whether it's Tom Holland
exactly.
in a wig.
And just like Twilight, if you like it.
Yeah.
just read it or watch it. Enjoy it. Have fun with your life.
I feel like we're just defending, like, everything.
We
not
are.
Just Twilight.
You know what? I really want people to stop being ashamed for loving what they love.
Yeah.
That's
like
it.
What you like. Don't be a dick to other people.
Yeah.
Just enjoy things.
Maybe this will be the podcast where we just give people advice on their life. You know?
Twilight and other things.
Right. Twilight and other things. I feel like I should, like, pull out some words of wisdom from, like, my pocket or something. But, like...
3 things I'm absolutely certain.
1. Edward was a vampire.
2. Tear off the pieces and burn the pieces.
Tear up the body and burn the pieces.
For those of you who don't know, they repeat that 100 times in the series.
In the first Twilight movie, they say that at least 8 times. And every time that it happens, I laugh hysterically. And I don't know if Mitch had seen it before, but I never really pointed it out before, but I would always start laughing. So whenever Mitch and Travis were watching it with me, I started hysterically laughing, and I was like, burn the pieces! Burn them! Yeah, that's, it's like, I get it. So here's what was wrong with Twilight. The very first one, the movie. Mm-hmm. The book's good. The movie, bad script writing and bad directing.
Yeah. You know, it's very similar to why I think a lot of people are starting to dislike the Fox X-Men movies. Is because most of them are directed by Bryan Singer, who, by the way, is a pedophile, so you shouldn't support him anymore.
Oh, yucky.
Yeah, there's like a whole documentary about like this. There's like this. They were pretending to be like a production studio, but like they just hired like underage boys and they forced them to have sex with like Hollywood producers, and he was one that was always there.
Not to be political, but Donald Trump did that as well, but to little girls.
Yeah. So, men are scum. Anyway.
Oh! This is news to me.
So, but like, going back to his movies, like he likes to direct people in a way that they're just like always depressed, like all the time. So most of the X-Men movies, his Superman movie, like just everything he does is just like everyone's just sad all the time. And I feel like Catherine Hardwicke likes to do the same thing with her movies.
Yes.
Just everyone's sad and green.
They were kind of blue.
Green and blue. Like
green and blue.
Just cool tones.
Yeah, cool tones only. I don't know why, but...
Get the F out of here, Red.
Nobody likes you, Tungsten. We just want green and blue. Thank you. But yeah, I don't know. That was what was wrong with the first two movies. The first movie was Catherine Hardwicke, and then the
second
scriptwriter.
movie was not as blue.
Exactly. The second movie had a different director and a completely different scriptwriter. See, the first movie they had a bad scriptwriter who didn't. I feel like this is what happened. They didn't give the real humans like Anna Kendrick's character, Jessica, Mike, Eric, and
honestly,
whatever her name is.
After rewatching, I still don't know or care about any of those characters.
They're stupid.
Like they're like, are they more fleshed out in the book? I don't know.
They are more fleshed out in the book.
Like,
the problem with that first movie is I feel like everything that had to do with them was completely improv.
It does. It did feel like bad improv. It felt like improv that they were not proud of. Anna Kendrick, like, I like her as an actress, and you can tell when she's enjoying herself because she puts so much of herself in her movies. I don't think she had any fun on the Twilight movies.
I read an interview one time with Anna Kendrick, and she said that she was pretty miserable most of the time because the weather was horrible. It would be cold and rainy, and she was like, I constantly was getting sick. I did not have a great time.
Yeah.
So.
Like, I saw an interview with her once where, like, somebody asked her if she was in, like, the last Twilight movie. She's like, I'm not in any more of these fucking movies. Don't ask me about it. I'm just like, oh.
It's like, okay, girl.
Okay.
Sorry. Kristen Stewart, actually, she was a little different about it. She was like, I loved being Bella Swan, even though people hated me for being Bella Swan. And she was like, I think it's really... And somebody kept asking her, they were like, what does it make you feel when they hate you for being Bella Swan? And she was like, it's fine. I mean, I think it'd be really stupid if I let my ego get in my way and I was upset that not everyone loved me. And I was like, get it, girl. Get it.
And I mean, also, like, even if it's a character that some people just violently hate, again, for patriarchal, stupid reasons, at least, like, so many actors go their whole lives looking for a
breakout role
that they will be remembered by. So many actors go without ever getting an iconic role.
Right.
Love her or hate her, Bella Swan's iconic.
She is.
So she's going to be remembered years and years after we're dead.
I agree.
And so even if you don't like her, she's...
It's like, sorry, she's here to stay.
She's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to probably reboot her again in like 20 years and you can bitch all over again.
Yeah. Congratulations. You get another chance to bitch.
You know, I don't have any problems with reboots. All y'all trying to bait me to say something nasty about a Buffy reboot. Sorry, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to like it, and I'm going to enjoy it.
I hope they don't make it melodramatic. I hope that it still has that same emotional feel to it. That would be my only thing, is if they made it melodramatic. I'd be like, oh.
I mean, Buffy was kind of melodramatic.
No, I mean, like, the lacking of emotion melodramatic. Not like Buffy. Buffy was dramatic and emotional and amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, they did say that it's probably going to be a new Slayer, not Buffy. But, like...
Did that ease a lot of people's worries?
No, people are still being low-key racist. So here's the thing...
That's disappointing.
Because, like, they announced that it's going to be a black Slayer in the lead.
Yeah.
Buffy meant so much to me. But, like, also, I have so many friends and family. Like, I have biracial and black family members.
I do, too.
Maybe people don't know that, but I do. And, like, I have, like, my cousin, my biracial cousin, she has a daughter now. And one day, maybe she'll look at this new black, Slayer. Maybe she's Black Buffy. Maybe she's just another Slayer. Maybe she'll look at her and feel the same pride and the same joy that I get from watching Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Exactly.
And that is what's so important to me. So, like, that is why I will support the show regardless.
Right. Well, I mean, it's like what we said in our last podcast, the formative years one, the formative shows one. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the original one. Well, not the original. That was actually a reboot.
Yeah, it was a reboot
too. The TV
forget.
show version gave us power to be ourselves. It's time for, I think, black females to have that power.
Yeah, just women of color, I feel like, need power now more than ever. Especially not to get super political, but like in the divisive country we're in right now, where black and Hispanic women especially are being treated as second-class citizens, being gunned down,
which is
being
very
put in camps.
sad.
So, yeah, they need a superhero, and if that can be Buffy, who just happens to be a person of color now, great. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I agree.
So.
Happy day. Pass the baton.
Also, Black Bella Swan.
Yeah! 20 years from now when they reboot it.
Or
Actually, maybe a year. Maybe
whatever.
A year from now when they reboot it.
Who cares?
Who cares? Enjoy it, people. Enjoy it. I don't know. Let's talk about the good things about Bella Swan, because we talked about her mental issues. I want to talk about the good things because that's all people focus on, is how awful she is. Now, one of the things that I always liked about Bella Swan is that she was supportive of her friends. Like, there's this one moment where She tells, I can't think of her name, the little girl that wants to date Eric.
The photographer girl?
Yes, the little photographer girl. I can't think of her name for the life of me. She's like, you just need to go ask him out. You know, you don't have to wait for some guy to come tell you that you're going to date them or whatever. She was like, you go do it. You're a powerful woman. And I'm like, boom. Supporting your friends.
Supporting females.
Supporting your female friends. And that was another thing. She never did anything underhanded or sneaky to the other females in that show. Mm-hmm. She was always very respectful of the female friends, which is something that you never see in teen female characters. There's always some sort of underhanded, backstabby kind of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Now, Jessica, that character, she was backstabby, but that's totally different. This isn't about her. This is about Bella.
Did try to bait her a lot, and I don't think she ever really responded.
Nope.
So.
Nope, Bella never responded to the bait.
Never took the bait.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool.
Yeah. So that is a very positive thing for me, and one of the things that can definitely maybe be good for teenage girls to see is someone that doesn't get baited by that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's so easy.
It is very easy to get baited.
It takes a lot to teach yourself to not go for the bait.
Right.
I feel like...
Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, I feel like, I mean, I can still do it sometimes, but most of the time I reassess the situation before I respond.
Right.
So.
What's nice about her is after she becomes a vampire, you find out that she's like a blocker. So she can block out all the powers of other people and kind of protect others. Mm-hmm. So she's a protector as well, which kind of goes along the same lines of being supportive of your female friends and not being baited and sent down a nasty road to be mean to people. Mm-hmm. So go, girl.
She's supportive of her family too.
She loves her daddy and her mommy.
Good to her dad, and then her mom. She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fight this vampire, but with no powers."
Exactly. She's like, "I'm gonna save my mommy because I love her." Oh yeah, and the whole reason why she went to Forks in the first place was because she wanted her mom to be happy with her new marriage.
Oh.
So she's a selfless person.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing. That's nice. And she has perseverance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, she's brave. I would never jump off of a cliff.
I wouldn't either.
I'd cry. I'd get to the edge and I'd be like, ah!
I would never. Oh no, I wouldn't even go to the edge. I'd just be like, I'm going to stand over here by this tree.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to tie myself, like, attach something to the tree, attach something to my waist, just in case. I get a little vertigo, don't want to fall. That's it.
You know what? I keep going back, but I can't help it.
What? Is it Buffy?
It's Buffy, but it reminds me, because Faith always tells that story about, like, how she was the only person in her town that would jump off the cliff because all the other kids were too scared.
Yeah.
So she's brave like Faith.
She is brave like Faith. Get it, girl. Get it. Is there anything else that we could say is a positive personality trait of hers?
I mean, probably.
She's loyal.
I mean, yeah, she's very loyal. I feel like almost too loyal sometimes. Like, that's also kind of like a negative thing.
Yeah.
She's still
she puts
loyal
herself
to
in some
Edward.
bad situations by being so loyal. She's willing to sacrifice herself to save her friends. Yeah. Like, she's like, take me instead! Kill me! Which some people would say was stupid, but if it's someone you love, she wanted to protect them, you know?
See, that kind of falls into, like, a weird category for me where I'm just like, is that selfless or is it selfish? Because, like, is she being selfless because she wants to protect people? Or is she being selfish because she's depressed and she wants to die and she knows that if those people die, that she'll want to die anyway?
Maybe a mix.
Maybe.
It could be. It could definitely be a mix.
I'm reading too much into it. I'm sorry.
No. You bring up a good point. You do. You bring up a good point.
I mean, she's super depressed anyway.
Yeah.
So, like...
And that's enough. Well, her being depressed, she still goes out and tries to survive.
Yeah.
Again, with the perseverance. Yes.
She perseveres, and she's a survivor.
I don't know.
She's not going to give up.
What else?
She's not going to stop. She's going to work harder.
I feel like there's probably more that's written down in my book upstairs.
Yeah, Erin took pages of notes, and she didn't get them.
I left them upstairs, and I'm too lazy to walk back upstairs. There's stairs in between us.
We asked Mitch to bring it. What, Fry?
What, Fry? What is it you have to say about Bella Swan's good personality? Nothing.
Clawing a couch.
Clawing a couch. That's what he has to say.
He's like, look at me.
Great. Oh, also, this is a good thing. She found out that the two boys that she hung out with the most were some kind of monster thing, and she wasn't scared of them and didn't judge them for it. She loved them for it. She's like, you're a little different than me, and that's okay.
Hot.
Do it.
She's like, hot.
She's like, that's amazing.
So, I'm into it.
Can I touch your fangs?
Yeah.
Both your fangs at the same time, please?
So how's that wolf penis work?
Lipstick.
Is it
That's
lipstick?
how it works.
Do you have a knot? What's going on?
It's probably lipstick. That's what I would assume, at least.
I'm curious.
I think that would be it, though. I think it would be lipstick.
Is it bestiality?
Yeah.
Or is it not? Because you're technically human, but also wolf.
There's so many...
She's open-minded.
Yeah, she's very open-minded. She's a necrophilia.
Is this necrophilia? I don't know.
Necrophilia?
He's cold, but he sparkles.
Is he dead? They never really say if he's dead or not, because they always say that Carlisle saved Edward. So I'm assuming it's a... They call it like a venom. So I'm assuming it's like a virus or a poison that goes into the skin that makes them the way they are.
But his skin is cold.
It's like marble. Diamonds. It's like diamonds. Okay. It's like diamonds.
But
diamonds. She likes diamonds. That's a positive.
Wouldn't it still be like fleshy? Wouldn't it still be warm?
No. It'd be like a rock.
Solid like a rock.
Oh, and she saw someone with a different skin tone than her and was cool with it. She not racist against vampires with sparkly skin.
Low-hanging fruit for not being a racist, I guess.
Good job, girl.
Two of my friends are Asian. Eric and I think the one girl's kind of Asian, or is she Latina?
Indian.
Or well, that's still it's still Asian. If she's, yeah.
I feel like her family's probably from India. I'm not 100% positive though. I might be wrong. I'm very sorry if I am wrong. But oh. No, that's the same thing. I think I've gotten all out the good
Honestly,
things.
I can't think, because, I don't have... Here's the thing. I don't have, a strong opinion either direction about Bella.
I just want us to make sure that we have a well-rounded...
But I don't hate her.
Yeah. There's no reason to hate her. I knew several people like her, and there are moments where I completely identify with her.
Yeah.
Like when she got really depressed because she dated a narcissist and he broke up with her. I did the same exact thing.
Haven't we all?
I know, right? I was like, I'm going to go lay in the woods.
And cry.
I'm going to cry in the woods.
I've done that, yeah. Yeah, she just, stares out her window for 3 months.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah, I did that. I've been doing that.
When my cat died, I literally laid in the basement for 4 months, and the only outside I saw was through the little window over my bed. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, let me just say, I understand her.
I can understand her too, I guess, but... at the same time, I'm working on not being like that.
Yeah.
Because, I feel like it's also, it is unhealthy to put so much of yourself into another person.
Right.
And, I did that for so long that I'm just...
Yeah, well, here's the thing, is in the end of the books and all that, Edward was just like, are you happy that I made you a vampire? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I'm so happy because I've never felt comfortable in my own skin. I've never felt good enough for anything, and now I feel amazing. And Edward's like, oh, so you didn't just do this for me? And she's like, no, I didn't do this for you. I did this for me. Because I wanted to be a vampire. I wanted this.
I want superpowers.
Of course you want superpowers.
I want to be sexy and sparkly and I have superpowers.
Could you imagine, becoming friends with someone or dating someone that was a vampire? In real life. And you're like, I could live forever. I could, have sparkly skin in the sun. I could, like, live off of blood of, like, a rabbit or some crap. This would be great. I wouldn't have to worry about diseases. My back would feel awesome.
That would be great. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great?
I'd feel
wouldn't
bad.
You want to be like, please bite me?
I'd feel bad for the vampire though, because like I've been there where like you're the token in the group, where you're just what's it like being a vampire? So what's it like having sex as a vampire?
Would you mind showing me?
Would you could you go shopping with me as a vampire? Because I need your vampire opinion as a vampire.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's the vampire style like?
Yeah.
Hey, do I, like, I know that, like, I might not be your type, but, like, if you are into, like, people like me, like, with pulses.
Would you want to?
Like, yeah.
People, man.
People. Just treat people normally.
Just treat people with respect, and there won't be any problem. There won't.
So, how long have we been defending Bella Swan?
We haven't really been defending her that long. We've been talking about so many things.
We've been
an hour and 20 minutes.
I think, because I feel like Fry is getting louder and louder.
Fry is being an emotional basket case.
I feel like Fry is the Bella Swan of this house.
Fry! He is. He cries all the time.
So...
He does. He will walk from room to room to room if I am not in that room. And he's like... And then I'll just go, Fry, I'm in here. See, look, he's coming over.
He heard the call of his people.
Come on up. But I'll just cry back to him. I'll be like, I'm in here, baby. And he will run from wherever he is and come and sit on my lap. Because he loves his mama. Come here. Fry.
So, Fry, do you have any opinions on Bella Swan?
What do you think of Bella Swan?
Like, let me tell you about her.
Come on, tell us about her. What do you think about her? What do you think? Oh, he's purring. He loves her. He
likes her.
He thinks she's the absolute bee's knees. Right, Fry?
He's like, I don't care as long as she gives me cuddles.
Boom.
So this podcast has been about not Bella Swan.
This podcast has been about whatever we wanted to talk about.
It's loosely been about Twilight, but also mostly about not being a dick and letting people enjoy things.
I think that's an important thing to talk about, actually.
Because I feel like that's what motivated us to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, we wanted to do... This is going to be a completely different podcast, but it's Toxic Nerds.
Yeah.
We're only going to be touching on it on this one, but I feel like the Twilight attacks on people is part of it. So.
Yeah. There's lots of things that people are toxic about that they don't need to be about.
Yeah.
You know, I mean... I don't understand, like, if you don't like something, just don't watch it.
Right.
Like, there's no need for you to bring down other people that watch it.
Right. Just be happy for them that they found something that means something to them.
I know.
Right, Fry?
It's so fucking magical when you find something.
That speaks to you.
That you identify with, that helps you through a rough time in your life.
Yeah.
It's so... rare that happens because we're so oversaturated with everything. Not every piece of media is going to be for everybody,
right?
But it's nice when you find something
something that is
yours, and like I can understand how that can make you feel toxic because like somehow you feel ownership over it,
right?
But at the same time, you just have to understand that it's not yours.
It's not going to be for everybody.
It's just it's for public consumption, but the fact that it helps you is nice. So like just let people enjoy things. And
let everyone be happy.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick. Moral of the story: don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Just have a dick. And have a nice day.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Man. I guess, I don't know. Let's end this with a moral of the story. If you want to be accepted, first and foremost, you gotta accept yourself. Huh?
Yeah. Secondly, you gotta follow our podcast.
That is the most important. That's in the commandments.
And subscribe. And leave a rating. Follow us on Facebook.
On
Nerdy 30s Podcast.
Twitter.
On Twitter. On Instagram, as we've been posting a lot there lately. We have our website, the Nerdy30s.
.podbean.com.
I forgot for a second. where I have famously mentioned before, we have such amazing features like podcasts.
Yes, quite.
And a Patreon button at the top of the page.
So if you wanted to send us some cash money so we could keep doing this,
we'd be happy if we just made the $15 a month that it takes to keep the podcast going.
Right. Well, technically, it's cost us. It was expensive to get together, but as long as it's the $15 a month, I'm fine.
Yeah, and plus we're expanding into other areas.
We're becoming more cultural nerds.
We're gonna try to go to some more events. We're gonna try to film some things.
Yeah.
And make some exciting new things coming up.
Some other things.
Maybe some YouTube videos that you might need to be watching.
We might be twitching together as well.
We might be streaming some things.
I twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays. At in the afternoon, usually early afternoon, at Nerdy Nayoma.
Yeah, I don't have a PlayStation.
Nyoma. So check it out. I'll talk to you about random crap the entire time while I'm playing video games.
Follow our stuff.
Follow us.
We have new stuff coming up, and we're really excited about it. And hopefully, some of these cool ideas come to fruition, and we can show you exciting things. And one day, you'll be like, hey, I listened to them when they had 150 followers on Facebook.
And now they've got 7,000.
That's
7 million.
It's aiming a little low. 7,000.
7 million better.
But 7,000 is actually pretty
I'm
good
going to
anyway.
Stop this podcast because I want to go eat my Taco Bell.
Yeah,
and Fry is getting into it.
Fry is all over the place. He's knocking shit over.
Yeah.
He's meowing loudly.
Yeah.
I think he might have tricked you. I don't think he's as big of a fan of Twilight as he says he is.
Fry, do you not like Twilight? Did you hear?
He kind of mean,
That's rude, Fry. You don't need talking on our podcast. What?
Rude.
Totally rude.
So, follow us.
Be our friends. We'll talk to you. I'll do it more than Travis.
Yeah, I will talk to you. I'm really introverted like Bella Swan.
It's okay, because I'm introverted too, but I'm introverted in the way that I will jabber on with people, and then I have to go home for 4 days and sit in the quiet.
I'm introverted in the way that I'll say one word to you and be like, "Oh, that was stupid," and then I'll cry.
In the 4 days after, when I'm sitting in silence, I will be talking about how dumb I was in the conversation that we had. So
I feel like we're back to form because we've tried to end 5 times now.
We did it. All right, bye guys.
So goodbye, Light.
Goodbye, Light?
Yes.
Oh, Twilight, I got it.